Have you ever woken up in the morning and realized the silence wasn't just in the room, but inside you, in that missing spark of strength that once made you feel alive, capable, and masculine? Many men over 60 have told me the same thing. Doctor, I still exercise, I eat well, but mornings just aren't the same anymore. Most people blame age. They call it natural, something inevitable, a slow fade we all must accept. But I want you to pause and question that belief. Because your body hasn't forgotten how to perform. It has simply forgotten how to recover. It's not your age that takes away your power. It's the way modern life quietly robs your nights, the stress, the late meals, the restless sleep, and the constant stimulation that stops your body from healing when it should. And here's the surprising part. With just 1 minute before bed, you can help your body switch that recovery system back on, naturally, safely, and effectively. Tonight, I'll share what I call the 60-second night ritual. A simple nightly habit that has helped many of my patients regain their vitality and confidence in the mornings once again. Over the years, I've met hundreds of men in their 60s and 70s. Former engineers, firefighters, teachers, and business owners. They were once strong, dependable, the backbone of their families. And yet one day, they sat across from me and said quietly, "Doctor, I just don't feel like myself anymore." I understand. Not just as a physician, but as someone who has walked with countless men through this exact season of life. The moment when you stop trusting your own body. But let me tell you this, nothing is broken inside you. You are not failing. Your body simply fell out of sync with its natural rhythm, the rhythm that once rebuilt your strength every night while you slept. When you were younger, nighttime was your body's workshop. Blood vessels opened, testosterone surged, and your nervous system reset itself. But as life piled on stress, screens, late dinners, and alcohol, that rhythm was lost. Your nights turned shallow, and your mornings turned silent. The good news? That rhythm can be restored. You don't need a miracle pill or a complicated routine. You just need the right signal, at the right time. That's what this ritual does. I call it the 60-second bedtime reset. A simple act before sleep that quietly tells your body, it's time to repair. And in the next part, I'll explain the real science behind it. Why this small nightly habit can reignite your body's natural strength and bring your mornings back to life. When we talk about why mornings feel quieter than they used to, it's not about losing desire. It's about how your biology shifts over time, slowly, silently, until one day you notice the difference. Over the years, I've found that most of the changes men experience after 60 come down to 4 key systems falling out of sync. The first is circulation. The blood vessels that once opened easily now resist the flow. The lining inside them, called the endothelium, gets stiffer, scarred by years of oxidative stress and mild inflammation. That means your arteries can't release enough nitric oxide, the chemical messenger that tells them to relax and fill with blood. The second is sleep. Your body produces most of its testosterone during the deepest stages of sleep. Not in the gym or during intimacy. When that deep sleep is broken, even by small awakenings, those hormone pulses never fully happen. The third is stress. When cortisol, the body's main stress hormone, stays elevated, it blunts testosterone production and keeps your blood vessels slightly constricted all night. It's like pressing one foot on the brake pedal even when you're trying to accelerate. And the fourth is something most men never suspect, their mouth. Bleeding gums, plaque buildup, and chronic oral inflammation send harmful bacteria and inflammatory molecules throughout the bloodstream. That inflammation roughens artery walls, making blood flow weaker everywhere, including where it matters most. When you add these 4 together, you get what I call the silent drift, the slow fade of energy, consistency, and confidence. It's not your fault, and it's not permanent. The body hasn't forgotten how to work, it's just been trying to function without proper rest and recovery. Now here's where things get interesting. One of the simplest ways to nudge your system back toward balance is with something so small. Most people would never think twice about it, a single clove. Yes, the same little spice sitting in your kitchen cabinet. Inside that tiny bud is a compound called eugenol, a natural oil shown in research to reduce inflammation, relax smooth muscle in the blood vessels, and calm the nervous system. When you use it correctly, at night, not during the day, it works with your body's natural rhythm instead of against it. As you prepare for sleep, Your blood pressure lowers, your breathing slows, and your repair hormones start to rise. That's the exact moment when eugenol helps your vessels relax even more, improving the environment for recovery. All it takes is 1 minute. After brushing your teeth, take a single dried clove, whole, not powdered, and place it between your gum and your cheek. Let it rest there for about 60 seconds. Don't chew it right away. You'll feel a warm, slightly spicy taste spreading through your mouth. That's the eugenol being absorbed directly into your bloodstream through the mucous membranes. After a minute, you can either chew it lightly and swallow, or remove it and rinse. Do this about half an hour before bedtime. Not in the morning, not during the day, only at night, when your body is designed to rebuild. Think of it like charging your phone. You don't wait until the battery dies to plug it in. You charge it before you sleep so it's ready in the morning. Your body works the same way. While you sleep, the clove helps your vessels stay open, your gums calm down, and your hormones align naturally. It's not magic, and it's not a gimmick. It's biology, done gently, at the right time. And when you repeat this quiet, 1-minute ritual every night, your body starts to listen. Over time, it remembers how to restore itself. Little by little, you'll feel that familiar strength return, not forced, not artificial, but natural, steady, and yours again. When men first hear about this ritual, their reaction is usually the same, a mix of curiosity and doubt. How could something so small make any real difference? I understand that question, because real change rarely comes from big, flashy moves. It comes from small, consistent signals that teach your body how to function again. The clove method works exactly that way, quietly, layer by layer, over time. It's not about what happens on the first night, it's about what happens as your body starts to remember its rhythm. During the first week, most men notice a surprising shift in how they sleep. They fall asleep faster, stay asleep longer, and wake up with a lighter, clearer feeling in their body. That's your nervous system calming down. Your cortisol levels are starting to drop, which allows your testosterone production to begin rising again. After 2 weeks, something deeper starts happening. The blood vessels become more responsive, and oxygen delivery throughout the body improves. Many men tell me they start waking up before the alarm, not tired, not groggy, but ready. That early sign of morning vitality is the first clear message from your body saying, I'm rebuilding. By the end of the first month, the changes usually extend beyond just mornings. You'll notice steadier energy during the day, fewer midday crashes, and a calmer mood. Some men even mention that their joints feel less stiff, or that their hands and feet aren't as cold anymore. That's circulation improving, blood moving more freely, tissues getting the oxygen they need, hormones finding their balance again. This is what natural restoration looks like. Not a sudden spark, but a steady climb, one that feels authentic, because it's coming from within your own biology, not from a pill. Still, if you want these changes to last, there's one more truth you need to understand. This ritual is a key, but it only works when it fits into a healthy nightly rhythm. If you continue to drink alcohol late at night, eat heavy meals before bed, or scroll through your phone until midnight, you're fighting against your own body. Even the best natural methods can't override constant interference. So, to get the most from this 1-minute practice, I tell my patients to pair it with a few simple habits. Finish dinner at least 3 hours before bed. Take a slow 10-minute walk after eating. Keep your room dark, cool, and quiet. And spend the last 15 minutes before sleep away from any screen. These small shifts send a powerful message to your body: it's safe to rest. And when the body feels safe, it starts to heal, circulation improves, inflammation calms, hormones rise, and energy rebuilds. The beauty of this approach is how natural it feels. There are no side effects, no dependency, no strain. Just your body learning to trust its own systems again. Night after night, this ritual becomes more than a habit. It becomes a signal, a reminder that strength doesn't vanish with age. It only hides behind fatigue, poor sleep, and stress. And once you remove those layers, what returns is not just performance, but confidence. Confidence that you still have control over your body, that your best mornings aren't behind you, they're waiting for you to meet them halfway. So tonight, when you brush your teeth and get ready for bed, pause for a moment. Place that single clove between your cheek and your gum. Breathe slowly, and let your body know, it's time to repair, to recharge, to rebuild. It's 1 minute, but for many men, that 1 minute changes everything. Over the years, I've watched hundreds of men go through this transformation. Each story begins differently, but they all end with the same quiet realization that age didn't take their strength away. Neglect did. I remember a man named Harold. 68 years old, a retired Navy engineer. He tried everything, supplements, diets, even prescriptions that left him with headaches and frustration. When I mentioned the clove ritual, he laughed. A spice is going to fix this, Doc. I told him, it's not the spice, it's the timing. 7 nights later, he called the clinic. There was a pause before he spoke. And then he said, it worked. Not in a miraculous, overnight way, but in a way that felt natural. His mornings came back quietly, like an old friend returning after a long trip. Another man, Patrick, 70, had spent 40 years on the road as a truck driver. He hadn't slept through a full night in decades. When he started pairing the clove with deep breathing before bed, just 10 minutes of calm in a dark room, his sleep stretched from 4 hours to 6. He came back 2 weeks later and said, Doc, I finally woke up feeling rested. That's not coincidence. That's what happens when your nervous system finally stops living in survival mode. And then there was Robert, 74, who told me something I'll never forget. I began this because I wanted stronger mornings. But what I got was peace of mind. That's what true recovery feels like. It doesn't just restore your body, it restores the relationship you have with yourself. Now let's step back and understand why something as simple as gum health and nighttime relaxation can change so much. Most men never think of their mouth as part of their circulatory system. But it absolutely is. Your gums are lined with some of the smallest blood vessels in your body. When they become inflamed, even slightly, bacteria enter the bloodstream, triggering a cascade of inflammation throughout your arteries. That inflammation doesn't stay in your mouth. It travels. It roughens the delicate inner walls of your vessels, making it harder for them to produce nitric oxide, the molecule responsible for helping blood flow smoothly and fully where it's needed most. So when you improve gum health, you're not just protecting your teeth, you're improving the health of your entire cardiovascular system. And that's where the clove does double duty. Its eugenol oil not only calms the gums, reducing harmful bacteria, but it also supports those same nitric oxide pathways, allowing your vessels to breathe again. The connection is deeper than most realize. Healthier gums, stronger circulation, calmer nerves, better sleep, all feeding the same biological loop of recovery. That's why I always tell my patients, you can't separate performance from overall health. Your strength in the morning reflects the condition of your blood flow, your hormones, your heart, and your sleep. They're not isolated problems, they're one system talking to itself. And the best part? Systems can be retrained. When you send your body the right signals, rest, repair, and regular rhythm, it listens. This is what makes the nightly ritual so powerful. It's not about forcing results, it's about giving your body permission to return to balance. Every night you repeat it, you reinforce that message. In my research, men who adopt this practice consistently show better vascular flexibility, improved sleep quality, and higher morning testosterone levels, not because of magic, but because they've rebuilt their internal timing. Their bodies are doing exactly what they were designed to do, just without all the modern noise getting in the way. You see, the goal isn't to chase youth. The goal is to restore rhythm, that natural flow between effort and rest. Wake and sleep, tension and release. When that rhythm returns, so does confidence. Confidence doesn't come from quick fixes or pills. It comes from waking up and feeling that quiet strength in your body again, the kind that doesn't need to prove anything. And that's what I want every man over 60 to know. You're not running out of time, you're simply being asked to align with it. Your body still listens. You just have to start speaking its language again, one calm, consistent night at a time. I want to leave you with a thought that I share with every man who walks into my clinic. Your body is not broken. It is waiting. Waiting for you to stop fighting it with stress, poor sleep, and late night habits. Waiting for you to remember that health is built quietly, not in bursts of effort, but in the consistency of small decisions made night after night. Every time you place that clove in your mouth, you are doing something symbolic. You are reminding your body that it can still trust itself. You are giving it 1 minute to repair, 1 minute to breathe, 1 minute to become the strong, capable version of you that has always been there, just covered by noise and fatigue. I've seen men regain not just their mornings, but their confidence, their calm, and their connection with life. Because when the body heals, the mind follows. And when you wake up feeling strong again, everything changes: how you walk, how you talk, how you look at yourself in the mirror. So tonight, take one quiet minute before bed. Brush your teeth. Turn off your phone. Take a slow breath in, hold it, and let it go. Then place that single clove between your cheek and your gum. Let its warmth spread, and feel your body shift into rest mode. That's all it takes, 1 minute of intention. And if you stay consistent, your body will meet you halfway. Because real change never comes from what we do once, it comes from what we choose to repeat. Remember this: strength is not lost with age. It's lost when we stop giving the body what it needs to restore itself. The good news is, that power is still yours. It's waiting under the surface, ready to rise again the moment you start caring for it the way it was meant to be cared for. If this message resonates with you, I invite you to take the next 7 nights to test it for yourself. Try the ritual. See how you sleep. Notice how you feel in the morning. And when you do, come back and share your experience in the comments, not just for me, but for another man who might be silently wondering if he can feel strong again. Your story could be the one that gives him hope. Subscribe to Natural Men's Health if you haven't already. Here, we talk about real science, practical steps, and simple ways to rebuild the energy and confidence that every man deserves, without gimmicks, without shame, and without giving up who you are. Your best mornings aren't behind you. They're right in front of you. You just have to start, tonight.